Hi friends, as we recall from part 1, the crew of the spaceship Palomino encountered another Earth ship that's been missing for 20 years. The only survivor is Dr. Reinhardt, a borderline insane genius who has a unique adventure in mind. Take a moment and remember to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and feel free to check out my Patreon in the link below. Away we go.
I think, Dr. Durant, that you are a man who longs for a sense of his own greatness, but has not yet found his true direction, right?
Perhaps I could find it here, if you're in no hurry for us to leave.
Shall we discuss that over dinner?
Okay, he's asking one of them on a date, but I'm having a hard time figuring out which one. What we do know is Vincent isn't invited.
Hey, look at that. Vincent, you're gonna have the time of your life in there.
I don't mean to sound superior, but I hate the company of robots.
So try and relax, have some fun. Remember what they say, all work and no play?
All sunshine makes a desert, so the Arabs say. You'll alert me if you're in trouble, Captain.
Why don't you go on in there and have some laughs, Vincent?
As I said, Vincent is the movie's great redeeming feature. His animation and movement is so smooth you really believe he's floating under his own power. His flair for cliches and platitudes is just annoying enough to be funny, especially when it irritates Charlie. He also gets most of the best lines in the movie, as well as some of the best overall scenes.
Who's the flashy black hat?
STAR, Special Troops Arms Regiment.
As in star of the show, he just became a target.
Reinhardt's prototype for the Sentry robots. He was #1 until Reinhardt built Maximillion.
He's sharp, but we're sharper. Did you ever go up against him?
Once.
What happened?
I beat him. He got so upset he blew a fuse. He had his revenge, though. He did things to me that I sure don't like to think about.
So he's also a sore loser. Vincent will step in and restore the family honor, so to speak. While he's doing that, the others are having dinner with Reinhardt.
Ah, fresh mushroom soup, prepared from my own personal garden.
I remember writing about the extensive agricultural station, large enough to supply the needs of the entire crew, wasn't it, Doctor?
These days it's tiny. Just enough for one person.
Ah, naturally.
Harry just caught him in a lie. That robot thing he was trying to talk to in that one big room, it was tending to the garden, which Harry saw extending as far as he could see. Now he knows this guy is not on the level.
Tonight, my friends, we stand on the brink of a feat unparalleled in space exploration. If the data on my returning probe ship matches my computerized calculations, I will travel where no man has dared to go.
Into the black hole?
In, through, and beyond.
I don't know what he thinks he's built, but if he thinks he's got something that can withstand the gravitational and crushing forces of a black hole, I can think of a lot of people who would like to look at it. He's got it all figured out.
The course I have chosen will take the Signis through at its optimum angle of rotation. The vortex will cause us to move at incredible speed, and that angle will slingshot us through.
I'm not sure how many people in the room caught that he's suddenly saying us. Those guys are boring. Let's get back to the action.
Oh, Lordy, he wants a rematch.
As an old Navy hero once said, damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead.
He also said something about going in harm's way.
Vincent seems to keep forgetting the condition Bob is in and how he got that way.
Nice shooting, Bob.
so Star also cheats. Vincent has seen enough.
Nice shot, Star. Simple, but nice.
Vincent has already figured out Star's weakness, his ego. Hence the taunting.
Tricky. Yeah, try this.
I'm not sure how this game is scored, but I'm guessing Vincent wins.
If one dances, one must pay the piper. If there's anything I cannot stand, it's a sore loser.
Oh, that reminds me so much of something. What was it?
So, as I understand it, you want the Palomino to monitor your journey.
That's right. I need you. To go to another place and another time. A place where, if you're lucky, I have the possibility to find what we call the ultimate knowledge. Yes, Maximillion? The probe ship is about to dock. Continue your meal, gentlemen.
Cuckoo is a Swiss clock.
Pretty much. Kay's mental probing suggests that he's right on the edge between genius and insanity. If those edges are like skis or ice skates, I'm going to say he's on the outside edge. The problem is Alex. He's completely under Reinhardt's spell.
Well, whatever he is, he's an out-and-out liar. That tiny little one-man garden of his is big enough to feed an army.
Nothing strange about that. It purifies the air.
But that's not what he said. He's still a liar. He said it was tiny, enough for one person. Harry says no, it's big enough to feed thousands, and Alex brushes it off. Dan tells him about the funeral.
A robot funeral, Alex. It was almost human.
Look, granted that 20 years out of contact with people has made this man a little eccentric, but you can't ask me to believe that he's programmed his robots to feel emotions. Come on.
I know what I saw, Alex. And we only have Reinhardt's word for what happened to his crew.
All I know is that that robot gardener was almost human, too. He even walked with a limp.
Alex isn't listening to any of it, and what he is hearing, he brushes off with lame justifications. He's in full cult devotee mode.
What spooks you about a malfunctioning robot, Harry?
I wasn't spooked, old buddy. I'm just telling you that I had a gut feeling that I was looking at some kind of person.
What are you getting at?
That we make our apologies, say our goodbyes, and get off this ship as quick as we can.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Dan. Now, hold it. Now, let's stop and figure this thing out.
Harry's alternate plan is to subdue Reinhardt and Maximillion, take over the ship, and take both Reinhardt and his amazing anti-gravity device back to Earth. He has visions of parades and medals and going home the conquering hero. Bob has been having a secret meeting with Vincent.
These poor creatures are what's left of the crew. Kept alive by means I don't pretend to understand.
That means it felt like Harry was talking to a human, because he was. What has this guy done to them?
They're more robot than human. Let's get out of here before we're discovered.
Too late. Watch it.
Vincent had Bob fix his lasers, by the way. Alex is still singing Reinhardt's praises, while the others are trying to explain why that's a bad idea.
So, he neglected his duty to his country for a higher ideal. So what? What basis in fact do you have for these macabre speculations? I agree that his style is somewhat unconventional, but he's willing and eager to share his knowledge with us. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
We're not staying aboard this ship any longer than we have to, Alex.
I think that's up to Reinhardt to decide.
Dan, Vincent wants you aboard the Palomino right away.
Let's go, Charlie.
Harry wants to tag along too. I think he's had enough of Alex's blind worship.
Reinhardt will solve the one final mystery that has eluded mankind.
Or he'll die in the attempt. Alex, I'm beginning to feel you want to go with him.
On a glorious pilgrimage, straight into what may be the mind of God. I do. I do.
And darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters.
Alex mentioned the mind of God. If that doesn't prove that Reinhardt thinks he is God, I don't know what will.
Where are the others?
They were recalled to the ship.
Recalled? Didn't I say no more unescorted excursions? Where was your communication? Ah, the ESP you share with the robot. Extraordinary.
Yes, it is. I'd like to know how she found out she could mind link with a machine.
Dr. Durant.
Yes, Doctor?
These are all my formulas I've compiled over the years. I want you to take them back with you and pass them on to others in case something might happen to me.
You can depend on me.
Reinhardt knows he has a disciple, and he's a master manipulator. Make his subject feel special by giving him something that's supposed to be important that only he can handle.
I also want you to monitor my flight. Stay as long as you can at your end horizon. There might be an Einstein-Rosen bridge to consider.
I will.
Believe me, I've been waiting a long time for someone like you to record this moment.
He can request, but he can't promise. Dan is the captain, the final authority, and he says we leave.
The officer the men trusted most was Frank McCrae.
Kate's father.
They turned to him when Dr. Reinhardt ignored the orders to return home. They tried to take control of the Signis. Reinhardt called it mutiny and killed Mr. McCrae.
What became of the crew?
They were captured by the Sentry robots and are still on board.
He'll have to spell it out for them, but those robots that seem so human, they are human. They're the crew zombified. Bob says what's been done to them is permanent. Their only release is death. There's nothing anybody can do for them. That's the good news. Now for the bad news.
Captain, I was forced to destroy 2 Sentry robots. The others are searching now. If they're found...
Got you, Vincent. Charlie, start the countdown.
Right.
Vincent, tell Kate I want her and Alex back here on the double.
They're in the control room with Reinhardt. Alex is trying to figure out the best way to ask to go with him on the trip.
Vincent.
Yes, Captain.
Tell Kate we want her back here fast, with or without Alex. Tell her why.
That message puts a very different spin on things. She has to get Alex alone.
Do you remember what we were talking about the other day? We've got to get out of here.
I'm staying.
Shh. Reinhardt is a murderer.
What?
Yes. Those creatures, those aren't robots. They're humanoids. They're what's left of the original crew.
What's wrong, Miss Kate?
You are what's wrong, dude. Something is miswired in your head. Alex will try to cover for her.
Kate's upset because I've elected to stay with the Signis.
I hope she's electing also to stay with us.
No,
What changed your mind?
I'm not.
The right moment to go into the black hole is now.
But suppose she doesn't want to go into the black hole. His brain seems way beyond the ability to comprehend that other people have wills too. He's alive. Why wouldn't they be able to stay alive too? And why did he lie?
But You told us the crew had left the ship.
Some cause must have created all this. But what caused that cause?
Come on, Kay, let's get you out of here.
Maximillion!
He won't be getting any answers to the great philosophical questions of life. Why did Maximillion do that?
You shouldn't have done that. He was a good man. Protect me from Maximillion.
Excuse me? He built Maximillion. What's he expect her to do?
If there's any justice at all, the black hole will be your grave.
Whatever he expects her to do, she ain't doing it. He and Maximillion deserve each other.
Take the young lady to the hospital.
That's where that zombie machine is that Bob showed us. We know what he intends to do with her.
You're cleared for takeoff, Captain. Dr. Durant and Dr. McRae chose to remain aboard.
I told you. Alex brought Reinhardt's theory hook, line, and
Dr. Durant is dead. Maximillion killed him. They're taking Dr. Kate to the hospital.
Vincent, get old Bob to show us the quickest way there.
Reinhardt keeps forgetting that she has other ways to communicate with her crew.
The time has come to liquidate our guests.
I think Maximillion enjoys doing that. From here, the film is a multi-part race. First, they have to release Kate, then get back to the Palomino and get away. All that while Reinhardt has started the engines and the Signis is heading toward the event horizon. That one hit Bob, but only grazed his helmet, so he's okay. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but those robots shoot worse than Imperial stormtroopers. They also have a tendency to explode under certain circumstances. I'd say a recall for design flaws is in order, but for 20 years Reinhardt had nothing better to do than build more and more of these things, so now Dan and Kate have to get past most of them to get back to the ship.
Tell the sentries to fire on any humanoids between Medical and Palomino.
I guess they'll only be able to use that trick once, but it's enough. The four of them, Dan, Kate, Vincent, and Bob, managed to fight off a swarm of robots and keep going. Reinhardt is tracking them through the ship, and he's not too happy with Maximillion.
Your crack unit outwitted and outfought by some Earth robot and that antique from storage. We cannot endanger the Signis by exploding them too soon. Give them distance, then blow them out of the sky.
He has it in his head that he can use the force of the Palomino's explosion to give him extra propulsion toward the event horizon. For all he's accomplished here and all his calculations and inventions and plans, he still needs someone to get out and push.
Charlie, do you read me?
Loud and clear, Dan.
Man the controls, post Harry at the hatch, and give us exactly 60 seconds.
Where are you?
Side corridor, near reception. They got us pinned down, but we're gonna raise hell here in a second. Start counting, Charlie.
Every time they shoot a robot, another one immediately takes its place. They can't make any more progress.
Charlie, reversing last order. Take her up now. Repeat, lift off.
You heard the captain?
You're pretty big on talking heroics, Harry. Let's see some.
As if Charlie would ever obey that order, grab a weapon and go make like the cavalry in an old western.
Oh, damn.
Harry?
Harry should have made like the cavalry and stayed on the horse.
Damn.
You hit?
My leg.
How bad?
Oh, I think it's broken.
Can you make it back to the ship?
I think so.
All right then, Harry. We're counting you to make sure they don't get aboard.
Right.
Good.
It's not too far. He should be able to drag himself back. Or maybe he can heal even faster than Wolverine. Looks like he intends to carry out that last order.
Way to go, Charlie!
And if he waits a few more seconds, they can all participate.
What's that idiot trying to do? Harry! Oh, no.
Or not. He's looking out for number one. And besides, Dan said to. The Palomino is leaving and the Signis is on the move toward the black hole. Looks like our heroes are going with Reinhardt. But Harry forgot something. Charlie is the one who knows how to steer this thing. And he's not here.
Lower the part before it hits us! Fire!
I don't think Reinhardt got his extra push from that, and it definitely wasn't Harry's plan. Now what?
I should have known he was all talk. No guts and locked him up.
You may have done us a favor, Charlie. At least we're alive.
And where there's
I'm
life,
sure that's not what he had in mind. He was trying to save his own skin.
there is a saying that you can't unscramble eggs.
A penny's worth of philosophy right now isn't gonna buy us out of this now, Vincent.
A good offense is the best defense.
And what? Go after Reinhardt and turn the ship around? It's too late for all that.
There is an alternative.
The probe ship. Vincent, you're a genius.
They need to explain to Charlie that not only is interrupting rude, it often robs you of vital information. To put it another way, shut up and let him finish. Now here's the thing about a black hole. It's not particular about what it's pulling in. It also isn't particular about what bumps into what.
A meteorite struck the ship, Captain.
Let's go, come on.
That means if it's dragging half a galaxy of meteor material and you happen to be in the way, that happens. I wonder where Indiana Jones got the idea. The visuals in this movie really are stunning. They're so smoothly done, it's easy to believe they're running across that walkway while that thing barrels down on them. You get the feeling Reinhardt didn't plan for something like this. He more or less assumed it'd be just him and the ship. It was a lapse in judgment that'll cost him everything. Is that falling beam a bit of foreshadowing? You bet it is. It's not hard to guess what Reinhardt's comeuppance is going to be. Well, this is a problem. Now, not only did he not get a jump start from the Palomino, his own engine just threw a rod, so he's got no propulsion at all. He can't navigate into the vortex the way he intended. All any of them can do now is grab onto something and ride this thing until they're compressed to the size of an amoeba.
Maximillion! Prepare the probe ship.
I'm sorry, that ship is already reserved. I can set you up with it for Tuesday. Will that be satisfactory?
Maximillion! Help me! Help me!
Maximillion seems to have developed his own ideas. He has to have seen what happened, but he doesn't care. I get the feeling he's off to save his own shiny hiney. So sic transit Reinhardt. The race to the probe ship is on, complete with that showdown between Vincent and Maximillion. I wonder where they got the idea for all of R2-D2's gadgets. There is a small tragedy. Bob took a direct hit from Maximillion and he's finished. But he's proud to have been useful one last time, and he's exceptionally proud that the Vincents turned out to be the top dogs.
Lift off.
The teasers and trailers promised us a look into the black hole, so if they escaped, that was the biggest case of false advertising in the entire 1970s.
Control's not responding.
Captain, the ship has been programmed.
Well, don't just sit there with your bare anti-gravs hanging out. Reprogram it.
To Reinhardt's course. You mean we're going into the black hole? Yep.
Never mind. If you've seen the film, you know what happens next. If you haven't, the answer is pretty much nothing. I never tried LSD, but a friend of mine did, and this looks remarkably similar to what he described. Things all distorted, weird sounds, hard to tell what's real and what isn't. Truthfully, the way he described it, it didn't sound like much fun. and I sure wouldn't want to try it on a spaceship. The images get more and more bizarre. Apparently they travel through hell and everywhere else. Frankly, it drags on way too long. But as it turns out, there's a reason for that. I guess Reinhardt's calculations were right. Too bad they can't go back and tell him. But if they did, he'd just say, well, of course they were. I can't tell if that's a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse. Either way, isn't it amazing that they arrive just as it's happening? When the writers delivered the shooting script to the cast and crew, everybody asked the same question: where's the ending? Quite bluntly, they didn't write one. Nobody had a clue how to end it. That right there is what they came up with. Probably the worst movie ending I ever saw. My new bride and I saw this at a local drive-in theater in the summer of 1980. We had seen the trailers and such and were really excited, and until that point we enjoyed it. Then when the credits appeared, all we could do was stare at each other in confusion. So why do I call it a movie that I like anyway? I already answered that. Vincent. I can't help but love the character. I'd really like to know how his animation, and especially his floating, was done. He was fun enough to carry the film. Granted, half a dozen stellar performances helped. In particular, I've always enjoyed Ernest Borgnine. But that silly little robot provided the redeeming feature that the movie needed. He's the only real reason I remember the film, and I suspect I'm not alone. Did it influence those other movies the way I suggested? Don't know, don't care. It is what it is. It's a dumb movie. And I like it anyway. Thanks for watching. Until next time.